Powell River, this is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4, a typical blustery January day here in Powell River. Later in the show, we're going to be chatting with Mayor Dave Formosa, so stay tuned for that. We have a big announcement that we are going to let him in on. And of course, here, everything is about the ferry. The ferry schedules keep changing because this one's going to go in for repair. So make sure you're checking the schedule online or call and find out what it is, because you don't want to show up and not have it there. So today's show, all over the place, but we're going to start in the Comox Valley. Go Island is kind of cruising around Powell River today, and now we are at City Hall, and shortly we're going to be chatting with Mayor Dave Formosa. This is one of the coolest little things they've done for this year, WasteWise Guide and Calendar. How neat is that? That'll fit on your fridge, and it'll help you for the entire year of 2015 when your recyclables and your garbage will be picked up. And there's a whole bunch of really neat tips in here too. So stop by and pick up one of those. Right now, we're going to head over to Campbell River for this. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are in Powell River, and we are pretty excited to be here. Joining me is Dave Formosa, Mayor, incumbent,
Yes.
right? Is that how you say that?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay. It's the new year, 2015. You're now got 4 years of a mandate.
Yes.
What are you going to start with?
Well, from a local governance point of view, we've got a change up. So more than half of council are new players.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So we're trying to, feel each other out. But being a smaller community, smaller city, you get an idea of, who people are and what their interests are. And so some new committees are being formed, a social action and committee, social action committee.
Okay.
Basically more of your social issues, housing, people in trauma or,
right.
mentally challenged issues where they've had accidents and just,
right.
Brain
trauma,
people will call it,
yes.
people will call it downloading, and I call it serving your public.
Okay.
And so something that's been talked about, but we've never done, and budgets and such. But so that's one of the committees, Social Action Committee. Another committee that we're looking at. We're going to revive the Economic Development Committee.
Good.
Because it had its mandate and ended, and then we're creating a Communications Committee, an ongoing. It'll have a 2-year mandate just to improve our communications internally and externally, and such. So
not only with each other, with your staff, but
yes,
also with
residents.
The public. Okay.
Right.
Good.
And so and then we're toying with a regional recreational committee.
Oh, okay.
To try and bring the whole region in on recreation, like
Yep.
we've done with emergency services.
Okay.
So
Terrific.
we're still toying with that. We're
Yeah.
not too sure exactly, but we're writing the terms of references for these things regardless, and then council has to debate them.
Awesome.
So yeah.
So lots of new balls in the air.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
good. All right. So you're going to stick around. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back. Stay right where you are. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Joining me once again, Mayor Dave Formosa here in Powell River. Now, you have a new mandate for a new library.
Correct, yes.
That's extraordinary.
Yes, yeah. And as you were alluding to, 76% in favor.
Fabulous.
Which is a good number.
It's a great
It was a
number.
huge debate, went on for 3 years, and credit to the people of Powell River. I actually, before I voted on location, I took 2 or 3 days and I went into, Tim Hortons and into the grocery store and onto the streets and wherever I could, and I just asked people, how would you like your mayor to vote on this? And that's why I was so close. I figured that we had an 80% approval, just from my asking people I know and don't know how they wanted me to vote. I was very pleased to see that, and which means we really beat it up well,
Yes.
that everybody knew the
Yes.
issues. Everybody you talked to, had a pretty good grasp on what was going on.
Awesome.
So, thank the public for that, because they weighed in, whether you were on one side or the other of the
Yes.
location,
Yes.
And so, so we've
Nice
now.
building.
Yeah, good location, good building.
Yeah.
Not what a whole bunch of us wanted. But what a whole bunch of us did want, and then
Yes.
the merger of the two, we just
Yes.
want a library.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we realized that.
Three
And-
times the size.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
we've
be
been
brilliant.
trying for years, like this was the third referendum or
Yeah,
fourth.
that's what Terry was saying.
Yeah, so,
awesome.
so anyways, we've got the mandate, we've got, we had a good last council, part of them
Mm-hmm.
are here, the new council, they're supportive of the library, and we will make this happen.
Awesome. Now, a resident attraction program.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so through our economic development, internal team and other partners within the community.
Okay.
And I can't get into the details of the partnerships. That's what we have an economic development officer for. So we've created a website and a film and such, and it's just going out to the world. And we're still it's a living process and document. But it's now launched, and it's just basically going out to, telecommunicators, young professionals, seniors, folks that are just looking for a healthy, safe, West Coast, sunset, waterfront
Affordable.
community, very affordable.
Very affordable.
Dynamic. Arts
Come
and
on
culture
in, yeah.
is huge.
Very
Our
much so.
music programs are the best, with the best in the world,
World-class, yeah.
and more coming.
Yeah.
More top world performers coming
Yeah.
to our next Prisma event.
Awesome.
To be part of that, and if you're into that culture, the names will go, what? They're going where? And that's what we like, because
Yes.
and our totem pole. I don't know if you heard about that at CAFMU. We offered a totem pole last semester.
Oh, great.
Every 2 years, we have that World Choral event.
Yes.
And the winner takes home, I think it's a 7-foot totem pole.
Yes.
And we deliver it.
Yes.
And the mayor attends, and the
Yes.
chief attends, and the carver attends, and
Yes.
the director of Catholomew attends, and we deliver it. And it's Slovenia, I think, and the name is
Oh.
Lubilia or something.
Yes.
Hard for me to
No, I
say.
think you're right. I think
And
it's
that's where we're delivering it. And we told it's going to be a national event when we get there. So we'll get their national
Awesome.
television. This totem pole will be erected. There'll be a choral festival at the same time. And the winner of, so now in 2 years, we have the next one. And
Yes.
the carving is happening now.
Now- oh,
We've
okay.
captured that whole process on tape.
Awesome.
And local businesses stepped
Great.
up. Local government stepped up. It was a $25,000 bill.
Yep.
We're hoping that 20 grand every 2 years will make it. So we've made a deal with the carver for 2 more
Okay,
sessions.
great.
So,
Yes.
and
Super.
it really helps bring up the ante of people to say, wow, we can win a totem pole. So, and that's what, Catholomew is all about.
Right.
It's First Nations culture, it's
Yes.
Powell River culture. And so, yeah, we're pretty pumped.
Good. Well, we have some very exciting news we'd like to share with you. Starting next week, you have a brand new full-time video journalist here in Powell River.
Great, finally, yay! As they say in Clahaman and Sliammon, as they do, I raise my hands to you. I raise my hands to your people. Thank you.
Awesome.
We
It's gonna be
appreciate that.
great.
It's been a long time coming.
Yep, his name is John McKenzie, and he's going to fit right in, and he's
Perfect.
an outdoor lover, and he is so excited to come. So you get to meet him next week.
Yeah, and Powell River is a community worth people knowing about.
It
and
is.
we're
It
so
definitely
happy
is.
that Shaw has stuck with us and worked hard and been interactive with the City Hall and the Mayor's office,
Yeah.
to my predecessor, to myself,
Yeah.
your community people, and we really appreciate that.
It's our pleasure, and we love being here. So on that note, we are going to take a short break, but we'll be back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We're still on the tour of Powell River. Earlier we chatted with Mayor Formosa, and now we finally have caught up with a local activist, Geraldine Borak, and she's going to tell us about an event coming up on February 7th. Geraldine, what is going on the 7th?
The local chapter of the Canadian Council of the Blind is putting on an information and awareness day on February the 7th
Okay.
from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the Town Centre Mall.
Okay.
And during that time we will be concentrating on a variety of things that blind and visual impaired people are encountering probably on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so that
Okay.
everyone can sort of learn that perspective
Right.
and have greater understanding.
Right.
Okay.
A part of that will be that we are doing an obstacle course,
Okay.
and we will have people blindfolded anybody who wants to, whether they are shoppers or just in the mall, but we also have invited people to be participating. So Jess, the mayor is going to be participating.
Oh, good.
And Nicholas Simons will be participating, and a variety of other people, the RCMP and the fire department, and on and on and on. We also have a variety of local stores that are donating their merchandise to us so that we can send people blindfolded to go shopping in the store. We give them a shopping list, and then they will be having a good time trying to get in and out of cars with a guide and do the shopping.
Well, that's very interesting. What a wonderful way to share what your world is day to day with the rest of us. And that's really, it's wonderful for us to be able to have a little bit of insight into that perspective.
Right, and at the same time we will also be making sure that we always have a problem that people do not understand the white cane and the variety of white canes there are. There is a small white cane that you use as for identification. There is the support white cane that people always get mixed up with an ordinary support cane. And they do not realize that it is actually a white cane. And then there is the one that we use for walking, which is the probe. So these will all be demonstrated.
Excellent.
As well, during that period of time, we will be teaching people how blind people identify their money, because the new paper money that has come out, people say that they are having a problem with them. But for me, being totally blind, it is absolutely the most important thing, because I can feel exactly what I have.
Oh, interesting. Well, we have a new video journalist starting next week, John McKenzie, and I know that he is going to be in touch and to do a story with you, and you can demonstrate the money aspect, because I think that's fascinating. I'd be really interested to witness that myself. So Geraldine, thank you so much for your time today, and all the best with the event on February the 7th. We will also put that up on the crawl, and if you need more information, just check out our website. Thank you so much, Geraldine. Really
You're very
appreciate
welcome, and thank you for coming.
You're very welcome.
I know it was very, very short notice.
Oh, no worries at all.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to have a look at this story, and we'll be back. Go Island's tour of Powell River continues. We're just stopping in here at Artique, a really neat little artist co-op. Fabulous work inside. If you've never been, put it on your list. And right now you can watch this. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to Mayor Formosa and to Geraldine. It has been fabulous having you on the show. And Powell River, starting next week, you will have your own full-time video journalist right here in Powell River. John McKenzie arrives Monday morning. It's going to be fabulous to have him part of our team, and we'll introduce him on camera for next Wednesday's show, I believe. I'm hoping. Until then, have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you then.